Does it feel like your life has been on a go slow, stagnant, lacking momentum, not moving forward, going through one healing cycle after the other and feeling like you're not getting anywhere? Well, this is the thing, we've been shifting timelines for a while now, and we've been in this I suppose stuck energy, like we're going through this mud. But things are about to change. We're in an energy now of renewal, rebirth, and transformation. We're stepping into our best selves and our best life. So this is it. We're about to have our biggest comeback yet. All of the hard work is about to pay off. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. We've been through an awful lot over the last few years, but this last year especially, I feel like it's been the heaviest, because it's like this constant cycle of healing something, coming out of it, healing something again, and coming out of it again. And it's this like never-ending story. But every time we come back stronger. And you know, this is the beauty of it. Like, we've had the solstice this week as well, on Saturday, and like literally this is the energy of new beginnings and transformation and rebirth. But you know, I was guided to do this video like maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks ago before I even connected it to the solstice. The reason why is because we are changing, we're transforming at the moment. But I was reminded of how resilient and how powerful we really are. We think with every battle we're going to get weaker. With every battle we feel drained again. But with every battle we actually get stronger, and we fight through. Like, you know, it's inevitable that we fight through. Like we strive for survival, and we'll do anything in order to survive. And I was reminded of this because I was watching this movie, and at the start of the movie there was clips from the origins, so back to the dinosaurs, and then there was like clips of every natural disaster. And after every natural disaster, the earth came back to life. Every single time, she found a way. You know, it's like the thing of watching a flower or even a bit of grass growing up through a crack. Or, you know, I saw this documentary a few years ago about forest fires and the fire lily. You know, after the whole forest and the ground and everything is scorched and burnt, it's like there's no way life can come back to this. But the fire lily still has a way of getting through. And that's that represents us. You know, Mother Earth is resilient, but so are we. Everything that we thought would kill us has actually made us stronger, and it has made us more determined to push through. So see yourself as that new growth. The beautiful, like, you know, I just have this, you know, the image that was on the television, like, you know, initially it was a natural disaster of, you know, volcanic eruptions, and the whole place was scorched and burnt. Mother Earth still came back to life. And, you know, the other one is that's really clear is the Ice Age. Completely, like, where is anything going to grow? But eventually she flourished again. And that's what we do. We can go through the deepest, darkest depths of hell. We can go through healing cycle after healing cycle. And yet we come back like that beautiful sprout, that beautiful green flower or green piece of grass, whatever you want to call it. We come back more vibrant and more beautiful than we were before. You know, it's like every battle has made us stronger. We're not victims anymore. We're survivors. And, you know, no matter how hard it gets, and I think like the last year especially has been a tough one. You know, every battle makes us stronger. Every battle makes us more resilient. But every battle lately has made us more exhausted. And that's what I felt. You know, I feel stronger after every one. But because there's so many of them, it's just like, is this ever going to end? You just go through this period of complete and utter exhaustion. You're like, will I ever come back again? That was, I think, an awful lot of the energy lately as well. Is like, will I ever come back? Where's my spark gone? You know, will I feel passion again? You know, and I was feeling passion in certain areas of my life, but there was still parts of me where I was stuck in my comfort zone. And I did a video on that already, so if you want to go back and watch that, do. But like, you know, we were stuck in our comfort zone. We didn't see a way out. We were wondering where our spark was, wondering how we'd find our passion again. Or if we'd find our passion again. You know, we kind of lost all momentum, and it was just like we were kind of trudging through that mud. You know, we were still moving forward, even though we mightn't have thought we were. We were still moving forward, but it just felt like we weren't actually getting anywhere. And I think that was it's kind of disheartening. It's like, you know I have something to aim for. I know I want to do this. I know this is what this is my goal. This is my dream. But will I ever get there? It's like that analogy of getting to the top of the mountain and the clouds are covering the peak, and you're like, I should be nearly at the top now. I should be nearly at the top. And then the clouds clear and it's just like, oh my God, I still have so much more to go. And I one energy I did get lately as well was this energy of almost giving up. Almost saying we were just so tired and wondering, would we ever get to the top? Like, will it ever change? And I know every year we go through cycles. Like the winter period is that period of darkness, is that period of rejuvenation, that period of rest. So, spring comes in and we have this new beginning again, but we're still a little bit tired. And then we have the zodiac new year, which starts with Aries. And, we have another rebirth. But then the solstice comes in and we have another rebirth. But we're stronger now than we were with all three, I suppose, renewals at the start of this year. So we're getting the chance really to move forward now. There's momentum building. There's passion building again. There's a fire under us again. And I can feel it. I can feel it for all of us. Definitely has been an energy shift. I've gone myself from being completely drained. Now I've been busy. I have been very busy. I've been getting up early and stuff. But I've been completely drained with that energy of I'm pushing, and I just don't seem to be getting anywhere. And it's just like that, and I'll never give up. We won't give up. And that's the thing that I've been reminded of. We might have a little bit of a pause where we might go, oh, am I able to go any further? But we will always push through, just like Mother Earth. There's no stopping it. Nothing can stop it. No matter how big the disaster is, no matter how big the battle we've gone through is, we will still get through it. And we'll get through it, as I said, we'll flourish through it, we'll become stronger through it, we're more powerful through it. We've learned an awful lot more as well. So if you're at that stage where you're still kind of, and I think it's shifting for everyone now at the moment. So you're probably starting to see that little bit of a light again. But just trust that anything that you have been through is just preparing you for what's to come. Like, we're not doing all of this for nothing. We're not being punished. We're not being made to suffer over and over again. And this is the thing with healing. We're not suffering. We're actually transforming. We are afraid to look back on our past. We're afraid to look back on where, the battles that we've fought, because it upsets us. But the more we heal, the less it will upset us. The more we can come to terms with things. So it's easier. So when you get to a stage where you can actually look back on every little thing you've been through and say to yourself, wow, you know what I mean? Look at what I achieved. Look at what I fought through every single time. And we'll never experience that again because we're stronger now. And that's something that we need to remember, is when we're going through this transformation, when it can be hard because, the analogy of being in that cocoon, in that darkness. The caterpillar turning into a butterfly. When you're in that darkness, when you're in that cocoon energy, it's very hard to know what's happening. The caterpillar thinks it's dying. That it's the end. But in actual fact, it's transforming into its best self. And another analogy I love is the phoenix rising from the ashes. We have to literally lose ourselves in order to find ourselves again. And that's that rebirth energy. That's that rising like the phoenix energy. It's literally going from zero. And it's that energy of Mother Earth again. Literally, the whole place is burnt. The whole place is scorched. There's no water. There's no space for greenery to come. But yet we still fight through. She still fights through. That's the fire. That's coming from the fire out of the ashes into this transformative new energy. And that's exactly what we're doing. So look back on your past, and instead of saying, poor me or woe me, say, wow, well done you. Because, we see ourselves sometimes as victims, but we're not. We're warriors and we're survivors. We have been through so many battles, and every single one we've gotten through. You know, and the healing we go through is never going to be as bad as the actual things that we experienced, the abuse, the trauma, whatever it was. We're healing from that. And even though these healing cycles are tough, and sometimes we get so exhausted, we're like, you know, I don't know if I can go any further. Remind yourself of how far you've come and what you've actually overcome. You know, this healing isn't half as bad as the stuff that you've gone through, whether that was abuse, addictions, toxic relationships, toxic childhood, toxic family members, toxic anything. You know, what have you been through that you've survived? And you're not a victim, you're a survivor. And when you look back on how much you've fought through stuff that you thought would kill you, that can give you that push to keep going. Because you realize, hey, I've done it all. I've been to the deepest, darkest depths of hell. So, you know, I can't go back there. And every time we push through, it gets a little bit brighter. And it does, you know, back to the beauty of nature and Mother Earth. When you awaken and when you come out of that darkness, every time you come out, it's like you're looking at the world in fresh eyes again. It's like you're seeing it all for the first time. You know, and I know when we're in the deepest, darkest depths of it, it's very hard to see the light. It's very hard to see the greenery. It's very hard to see that colour. But when we get through it, we see how beautiful it is. But then look in the mirror, because that's what you are. And you're looking at yourself with fresh new eyes because you are the most transformed version of yourself. You are the best version of yourself. And this is when the magic is going to happen. All of the things that you've been striving for, everything that you have been fighting for your whole life, that abundance, that goal, that love, that career, that purpose, that fulfillment, everything that you deserve, it's right here now. And it is actually right at your fingertips. And we just, like, you know, pushing through that last hurdle is the hardest one. Actually, yeah, it really is. And I was reminded of this yesterday. I watched the movie Vanilla Sky. Was reminded of the fact that when we get very, very close, when we're right at the pinnacle of getting the life we deserve, the universe will test you. And they will try and tempt you back into your old life. It's like the scene where he comes out from being with Penelope Cruz, and he's like, he's finally found the love of his life, effectively. And then the ex, the stalker, like Cameron Diaz, literally goes, here, dangles a carrot and is like, come back here for a few minutes and just forget about your future for 5 minutes. And then she drives him off off a bridge. So effectively, that's what we're getting that final test towards the end. So be careful as well. We tend, like, that's like giving up at the last hurdle. It's like literally you're at the end of the race. You're winning. You're miles ahead of anyone else. And that's not to do with anyone physically inferior or superior. That's not what I mean. You're winning your race. You're the only one in it, obviously. But you're winning your race for you. And you've got one hurdle left. And you have a choice now to jump over that last hurdle or go back and repeat another cycle. And that's the energy I'm getting as well. It's like literally, are you ready for this? And you are. You really are ready for it. You just have to know you're ready. And know that if the energy of defeat comes up, if you are feeling tired and drained and wondering, will it ever change? Will you ever see the top of the mountain? Yes, you will. And guarantee the minute you jump over that last hurdle, you will see everything that you've ever dreamed of right there. So do not give up. This is your rebirth energy. This is your renewal energy. This is your transformative energy. You are about to have your biggest comeback yet. So make sure you're ready to accept it. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I'd love nothing more than to help you in your path.